Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Monday. And thank you for tuning in to another Monday Motivation with your girl, Christine Love. Yes, y'all, this Monday Motivation is going to hit a little deep. Okay, some of these motivational or inspirational quotes that I choose have nothing sometimes to do with me personally, but someone either around me or someone I've spoken to. And for the most part, I just like to dig a little deep sometimes because sometimes you got to hit deep. Some you stay too surface, people don't get it, right? So I like to dig just a little bit deeper and be a little transparent with you guys because this is some real life stuff that we're going through right now. And we need more people keeping it real, going deep, telling it like it TI is. Now I'm showing my age. Because we don't have that anymore. We have this fake love, fake support, people telling you, you're doing a good job. Oh, don't worry about it. That don't mean nothing. It's okay. It's okay. They'll be all right. No. If we have more people telling it like your TI is and getting in your butt and telling you that when you wrong and you know you're wrong, that's what we need these days, but we don't have that. So I'm going to keep it light, but at the same time, I'm going to hit on something that is super huge, super huge right now that's going on with people and in families, and it causes division, it causes separation, and I just think I wanted to hit on that today. So, with no delay, jumping into our inspirational quote for the week. In love, everyone does things that hurt the other person. So there is really no right and wrong. You just have to decide what you're willing to forgive. Don't you just love it when you know you right and the other person dead to the wrong? But you got to be the bigger person to say, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll let you have that. I forgive you. Do you know how hard that is to say that when you know you right? But when we're talking about love, when you absolutely love someone unconditionally, whether they're right or whether they're wrong, and you know they to the wrong, sometimes it's not even worth going through the headache, the fussing, the screaming, the hollering, the falling out, the separation, divorcing, the leaving, the breaking up, the leaving the job. I mean, it's all about forgiveness, right? Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to catch on to what they got going on in their issues. So what I've learned to do is that you have to let people figure out their own situation. That doesn't mean you have to be around them, but in situations that you have to be around them, you got to let other people figure out and then love them despite their wrongs. That's some tough love there, to love somebody despite their wrongs. You know they wrong. But you know what? I'm gonna apologize because you know what? I just don't want to argue, or I just feel like this position at this job, I want to do it differently. I don't want to fight with my team members. I'm gonna hold my head up high and say, you know what? I see your point. I understand, and leave it at that. That's love. But let me tell you, back in the day, love could have went out the door, because I'm gonna tell you, heck no, you wrong and you need to get it together. I stopped doing that because at the end of the day, no matter how loud you yell, no matter how many times you cuss people out, they're not gonna get it until they get it. So what you do is you just pray. You have to pray these days that people will open their eyes and see that, you know what? You're not the issue. I'm the issue. Let me check myself first before I just immediately attack, right? Or let me check myself and let me receive what you're saying about me so I can make some changes and do what I need to do to make it better. That's huge. That's love. If you with someone, or you at a situation, in a situation, or you at a workplace where you just wrong. Every time you turn around, somebody pointing the finger, you wrong, you wrong, you wrong. No matter how many times you right, then that's somewhere where you need to think about, where do you want to be there or not? Because it's one thing to say, you know what, to avoid an argument and just say, you know what, you're right. But if this person's not catching on, if they're not seeing what they're doing to you, and they just don't get it, and you just keep forgiving and forgiving and forgetting. At some point, you got to say, you know what? I'm going to step back and wait till this person figures out before I can be this person's friend, before I can be this person's lover, before I can be this person's team player. Like sometimes you have to do that. But when you truly love someone, number one in a relationship is trust. The second is forgiveness. We're talking about forgiveness today, but forgiveness, when you truly forgive someone, like I have someone being transparent in my family that know they need to be apologizing to everybody because of the terrible things that they said. But you know what? I forgive them despite, because I know what they got going on. They don't have nothing to do with me. But you know what? I can distance myself. You can distance yourself. You don't have to be verbally, physically attacked because this person don't get it. That don't mean you got to stick around for that. But you can just step back and say, you know what? Until this person figure out that they dead to the wrong, I forgive you because I love you, one. And two, you know, I'm going to let you get yourself together, then we can kind of circle back, come back when you're ready and when I'm ready. Because sometimes when you wait too long, you miss the boat. And I don't need your forgiveness. We just going to keep it moving because that's what life does. It keeps on moving. So not to keep rambling, the whole point of me of saying this and going into this inspirational quote is that forgiveness, right? We need to love each other, forgive one another, whether they're right or wrong. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing if you love that person. So for this week, I want you to think about something, or think about whether someone did something to you this week. Is it forgivable? Is it something that you can come back and circle back and say, you know what, let's have another conversation. Let's do it differently. If you truly love that person. Now, if you don't love that person, then, you know, whatever. Just forgive them and keep it moving. So let's do that this week. Let's pour out some love. Let's do some forgiveness. Let's reach out to people. You know, if you know you were dead to the wrong, reach out and say, you know what, I did that wrong. Let's start over. And I'll see you back next week. It tickles me because I know, you know, it's hard, but you guys can do it. So let's try it this week, and I'll see you back next Monday. Have a good week.